It's a new FIFA and a brand new look for this channel. I'm RespectTheJeff, formerly the career mode expert, and I want to kick off the rebranding of this channel with some new content for FIFA 20. Thank you all so much for the support over the last year, and let's continue to build this channel together. If you're new or you've just enjoyed my previous videos, be sure to subscribe and stay up to date with my new series. I got a lot of creative new stuff coming and I think you're all gonna like it. So with that, let's get right into this series. We're going to be playing as Chelsea FC, the team that I support in real life, so it's gonna be a really fun one for me and I hope for you all as well. I know that Chelsea is a popular choice this year because of the whole transfer ban and bringing youth up, so I'm gonna do something a little different and make this career special. Every episode, I'm gonna introduce what's called a career event, and that's gonna add some additional difficulty to our journey together. We're gonna hit our first one later in this episode, so hold tight for that. In the meantime, let's run through some Chelsea history real quick while I set the manager up. For those who aren't aware, Chelsea are one of England's most successful clubs of all time. They've won over 30 competitive honors, including a famous Champions League win in 2012. But after years of big transfer fees and success at the highest level, Chelsea's facing a bit of change these days. The new Premier League landscape means that Chelsea are no longer the only team with money to spend. They've also been hit with a one-year transfer ban, meaning we won't be able to sign any new players in the summer window or in January. For us, that means we're going to have to rely on existing players and youth products to reach our goals. So that, combined with the career events, is going to make life very difficult. But luckily, we have a really strong team here with Chelsea, and I think we're going to be able to fight for top 4. So I'm going to just tweak some of the settings here. We'll turn off the first transfer window. And remember, we also won't be able to sign any players in January because of the ban as well. So let's take a quick look at these Champions League groups. And we're drawn in Group H along with the team formerly known as Juventus. Young boys in Valencia as well. It should be a pretty doable group for us. I think we can at least snag the second spot. I don't know if we're favorites to win, but we'll see what happens. And with that, let's get right into things. We'll advance into the season. It is worth noting this is an early access build of the game. Things might be a little wonky and I'm anticipating a few bugs, but I feel like this is a good career to flesh it out in. This is just going to be a one-season career. I'll do something longer like a Road to Glory for the next one, but I would like to wait for the full release and all the squad updates before doing that. So before we go any further, let's introduce our first career event. Now I had these randomized in a generator, so I'm not sure what's coming every episode until we encounter them together. And here we have it. Mason Mount has impressed the board and must start in every possible preseason match. You know, all said and done, this isn't too bad for us. I like the guy anyways, and I'm sure he was going to feature. We'll just make sure he's in that starting 11 for the first few games, and it really shouldn't impact the season too much. If anything, it'll help him grow. So we're off to a good start so far. Roma, our first opponents in preseason. So let's just take a minute or two here to get familiar with the squad so everyone knows what we're dealing with this season. Like I said before, no transfers for the year, so we gotta make do with what we have. I think this default lineup is looking pretty good already. I don't know how many changes I'll make. Pedro, Pulisic, and Abraham across the front three. Pulisic and Abraham both very young with a lot of room to grow. Exciting players, they're both fast and good on the ball. Pedro with a little bit of experience up there up top as well. Now we already have Mason Mount in the lineup as well. We're gonna leave him there for preseason because we have to, but I don't mind it either. The rest of our central midfield is pretty stacked though. N'Golo Kante, 89 overall, one of the best midfielders in the world. A really dynamic player on both ends. He might be our star this year. And Jorginho playing a little farther back. He is fabulous with his passing on the ball, and I think he's going to feature heavily for us this year. We have some other players on the bench that we'll get to in a second. But to finish up the rest of this lineup, the back line, Azpilicueta, the captain. He's been at Chelsea for a long time and is one of our most consistent players over the last few seasons. One of the best 1v1 defenders you will see, and I think he's going to feature heavily for us this year. In the back line, by default, we have Zuma and Christensen. I'm definitely going to get Rudiger back in there. And Emerson at left back, I do prefer him over Alonso, so he will stay. And in goal, we have the 24-year-old Spanish Keppa. Chelsea's most expensive ever signing, and he's living up to the price tag. So here's the bench. I reorganized it a little bit. We have quality all over the field. The young Ruben Loftus-Cheek, injured in real life and will be coming back in the next few months, but in-game we can plug him in right away. He's a fabulous player. I think he might end up starting over Mount depending on how the two progress, and Kovacic will be in contention as well. We've got unbelievable young talent in the reserves as well. Hudson-Odoi and Reece James, both outstanding potential for the future, and they might feature for us as the season goes on a bit. Ross Barkley also in the reserves, and we have some players down here who were actually moved on in real life but unfortunately are still in the game. I'm going to try to not use them at all, but if injuries force us into it, we might just end up having to use some of these players. For now, I'm keeping them at the bottom of the reserves though. But there you have it. That is the team we will be dealing with for the entirety of this career. We could make a couple youth academy signings to stay within the rules, I guess, but there's so many youngsters in the squad already, I wouldn't worry about it. So I'm just going to set up some training here. We definitely want to get some of these younger players up to speed. Tammy Abraham is one that I see featuring heavily for us. He might even be our starting striker. I want to make sure he's ready for the season. Callum Hudson-Odoi, the promising young winger, he's going to get some training in there too, and hopefully he can get to a rating where he's starting consistently for us. Tamori and Reece James, also both really exciting youngsters. I'm just going to start training them. They might find some minutes in the season as well. And again, this is the first I've played at FIFA 20 and it's still early access. I'm just going to use these as an opportunity to start getting familiar with the game. I know that the mechanics have changed a little bit and I have no experience with this so far. And honestly, the controls feel pretty good so far. I like the way the dribbling feels. Some of the passing feels really crisp. I'm getting some nice balls in on the crossing drill. And I'm really liking the way the game feels so far, but I'll hold out with any strong opinions until I actually can see some gameplay. But here we go. We're gonna get the opportunity to see that. It's Roma up next. I'm going to adjust the lineup just a little bit. I want Hudson-Odoi and James on the bench. If they're going to feature for us at all, it might as well be in preseason. Alright, so there you have it. I'm feeling pretty good about the lineup so far. I got high hopes for this squad, and Roma will be a proper test for us. Alright, so here we are, the first match of FIFA 20. I am really excited to see how this game pans out. And the game gets underway. Tammy Abraham plays the ball out to start. I want to get off to a hot start here and put some early pressure on Roma. A dangerous ball through the back line. Azpilicueta is there to cover. Does get the cross off though. Ball in, Rudiger away. It's headed back towards our own area. We're struggling to clear the ball. Conte can't clean that one up. Gets his foot in. But it's one back once again. We can't clear it. A shot at goal and Keppa's there to save it. I am really struggling to defend so far in this game. It's going to take some getting used to. The game feels pretty good in general though. I'm liking the way it feels when a player's on the ball. Definitely more fluid than the demo, but I see this as a big improvement over FIFA 19. I've been struggling to make any chances so far. Pulisic on the ball, great turn. Puts a cross in, and Abraham just off his face and out by the defense. And N'Golo Kante there to clean up like usual. He's been outstanding so far. Sprays a ball out wide. Azpilicueta. A give and go there with Pedro. Finds himself on the wing. Just able to keep a hold of possession. Pedro plays that one in. Jorginho, first time pass, but it's cut out. Maybe a little too clever there, but I like the idea. And Roma, nice play on the overlap. Crossing position, a ball's put in, header over the post. So I've been playing this match on Legendary so far. I was struggling a lot in the FIFA 20 demo on that setting, but this hasn't been as bad in comparison. But a break might be on here. Tammy Abraham through on goal, has a shot, and it's just wide. That was a perfect run. Just lacking a little bit of quality on the finish, but he did everything right. Just unlucky on that one. Still looking for a way through. We've been really growing into this match. On the ball now, looking for Abraham through the center, but it's cut out. Some good ideas by the team, but the final ball just not coming off. And a break might be on here on the other end. It's cut back and a great interception. Played out from the back, Conte in the middle now. Laid off well. Abraham has been playing really well up front with his link-up play. And a chance now maybe, cutting inside, Pulisic has a go, it's wide of the post. A little selfish from the American, but a great chance. He's making some clever runs in behind, and I think he'll get us some goals this season. Azpilicueta seen a lot of the ball. Pedro cuts it back. First time cross in, Tammy Abraham has a go, it's the opening goal of our season. And it's the young striker who gets his first of the season. Wearing the number 9, and he's stepping up to the challenge already. A great finish. He wasn't able to tuck that one away earlier, but he makes up for it here. Great cross and a great strike. Alright, so it's halftime now. I'm going to make some substitutions. Jorginho's played well. I just want to see Kovacic in that role, see what he's capable of. And that's it for now. We'll get the game back underway. Roma has the ball. Looking for a way through here. We've defended well so far. A shot. Easy enough for Keppa, but he sends that one wide. Corner coming in now. It's a great cross. Tammy knocks that one down. Pedro with it. No options right now, though. Turns that ball around. Great vision to switch play. And Abraham running in behind now. Great pace on the turn. Defender can't quite keep up. No one in the middle for the cross, though. Outstanding strength to hold that ball. It's still Abraham cutting inside, but a poor cross at the end of that move. Some bad quality in the final third once again, but he's making all of the right movements. I'm sure more goals will come. Great link up there. Emerson in a dangerous position. Sends that one up. It's Abraham, and he does grab a second. Just like that, a great header down. Nothing the goalie could do about it. And a fantastic cross in from Emerson. We haven't seen a lot of him tonight, but he is a quality fullback. Kovacic, great skill. He is such a fantastic dribbler. Does well to link up there. Emerson with it once again. Finds Abraham in the middle. And he can't get that final ball through. Conte was making the run. I'm going to take this opportunity to make a couple more substitutions. Looks like we might have won this game already. I'm going to put Loftus-Cheek in. I really want to see more of him. Willian on the wing, Hudson-Odoi on the other side, and Batshuayi down the middle. And while we're at it, I'm just going to put in Reece James and Caballero in goal, just to get them some minutes. That's what preseason's for, so I want to see what the whole team is capable of. Easy cross in, didn't do well to close that down, and it's a volley at goal. We can't quite get it out, but Caballero's down to make the save eventually. Loftus-Cheek surging through midfield, and he's making a great run, but Hudson-Odoi just can't find him. Nice interception by Willian there. Batshuayi picks that one up, plays through Loftus-Cheek once again. He's away in a lot of space. A big touch, and he has a go. Outstanding save. He's looked brilliant since coming on, Loftus-Cheek. And one back once again. Loftus-Cheek powering his way through midfield, but it's one back, and that is the full-time whistle. What a game to open our season. 2-0 against Roma. Really solid opposition, and we didn't struggle that much. I really like the way the team performed, and that man, N'Golo Kante, tied everything together. A lot of those didn't make this highlight cut, but he was winning the ball back all game. Definitely our player of the match. So what a way to start our journey together. A big win, Tammy Abraham impressing big time against great opposition. And Cesar Azpilicueta, the captain, welcoming us to the club. It'll be interesting to see how these responses play out this season. Looks like his morale went up, picked the right response, I suppose. And I'm glad that everything is running smoothly so far. So I'm enjoying what I've seen of the game so far. Like I said, that was my first experience with FIFA 20. It didn't feel all that challenging though, especially against a team like Roma. It could be a one-off. If things still feel too easy though, I might crank up the difficulty a notch, just because I want this to be a challenging career. And some other neat touches here. Look at that dynamic image of Abraham. That's actually from the game that we just played. And that's a really nice addition there to the news section. but I'm sure we'll uncover much more about the game in these upcoming episodes. So again, if you're enjoying this content, please subscribe and help the channel out, and I'm going to continue churning out exciting new career mode videos for FIFA 20, and hopefully the game just gets better as we edge towards the final release. But until then, I'm RespectTheJeff, and I'll see you next time.